What up, y'all? Conscious One coming back at you. So guys, I figure this is probably another video. I'm gonna take the opportunity to leave another Yuri Bezmenov link, and I'm gonna keep rehashing this because once again, the prophecy that this man talked about that we are now witnessing is just absolutely incredible. And I keep telling you guys a story about when I first saw this video for the first time. This was a video that you would only excuse me see maybe 2 to 5 thousand views. Now this thing has went into the hundred thousands, even into the millions, or on its way to the millions as far as views, because people that are woke, so-called woke, are seeing that what this man prophesied in the 80s, former KGB person, is right and exact in the steps and the process that he talked about that we were headed into. As far as demoralization. I mean, can't nobody explain this shit better that this guy did as to what exactly is going on in this world with people, places, and things. And one thing that always stands out to me is how he talked about how people do it to themselves. You cannot blame the government or anybody else for your problems. The black man cannot blame the white man for the problems that we see going on. However, y'all know, I think most of the black folks been cloned out because there's no way you could just be born and act just like a so-called nigga. That's how I know. And like I told y'all, I'm starting to think that there really is probably only 144,000 people left on the planet. Everybody else been cloned out in robots. Now, I hope to death that that ain't true, guys. Okay, and I would never put that as big facts because I don't know. That would be just crazy if I actually just allowed myself, excuse me, to say that's a fact. That would support that would start showing signs of narcissism on my part. But when I can't find reasonable, logical people on a daily basis, then well, it might not be 144. Well, keep in mind, Joseph Chapelon said that only 9% of people are redeemable, which is well, if the population was 8 billion, we're talking about 650 million out of 8 billion people are redeemable. The other people are tares. You understand? So I'd rather go by that conclusion rather than 144,000. I mean, 144,000 out of 8-9 billion, that's just ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying, guys? But 650 million out of 8 billion, 9 billion, yeah, that makes more sense to me. And it makes sense with the 13 Sun videos that I've seen also. Because the number comes out that only 15% are really redeemable. The rest of the people are just done. He said, what, 1 out of 11, basically 1 out of every 11 people you walk past is actually even capable of, having any kind of conversation on, on a level of, how can we say, literacy, but not just literacy, but just, operating on a higher vibration. Most people, they are just reacting off the stimuli. They're drones. Guys, I can't tell you how many times, if you go into a restaurant or anything like this, and you ask one of these people something, that's outside of their program, you will see the robotic nature of this place. And it's very, I wouldn't call it, like scary. It actually just makes me feel very, very disappointed, upset. You understand what I'm saying? People are just acting like robots. And you guys already know, I always tell you about how the average person out here, they look so sick. I'm telling you, these shorties coming out of high school right now, I will be surprised. I do not think they'll reach the age of 50. Based on GMO foods, based on all the stuff that's going on. And it's crazy because, basically my job is to sit here and watch people poison themselves every day. Because that's what they doing. Everything that they buying, the ingredients, people don't cook no more. All the ingredients and I mean, these places, it's unbelievable. And so you're going to put something in your mouth just because it tastes good without doing the research about what you are actually doing to your body and your mind. I mean, guys, I already told y'all, these people look terrible. All right. These people look terrible out here, guys. And most people, as I keep saying, are go along to get along type people. So they're basically like, well, everybody else look terrible, so I look I look terrible too. Meanwhile, they'll hate on anybody that takes care of themselves. Well, I don't like you no more. Like, damn, what did I do? You're not, you're not, you haven't been poisoning yourself and allowing yourself to look beat up like us. I mean, guys, it's just ridiculous, man. It's so fucking ridiculous. But yeah, I just wanted to rehash this video so I could send a link of Yuri Bezmenov. I probably got like 700 more subscribers since the last time I talked about this, so I figured it was a good time to bring it back up again. But again, the main thing that I took out of this discussion was how he said that it's Americans doing it to other Americans. You cannot blame the government. You cannot blame somebody else for your problems and your issues. You have a choice whether you want to be a slave or whether you want to be free, whether you want to make your own decisions or whether you want somebody else to make your decisions for you. You have a choice. You have a choice in what you eat every day. You have a fucking choice. But as far as all the abuse and the things that they doing, I like what Bobby Hemmett said one time. He said, "Stop saying what is the government going to do next." He said, what you need to be saying is what you going to do next, not what the government is going to do next." He said they got their agenda and we got ours as far as people who are enlightened. It's two different agendas. And if you focusing on somebody else's agenda all the time, then guess what? You don't have your own agenda. You too focused on somebody else's agenda. Then you wonder why people out here don't even have a fucking personality and got to go along to get along. They don't know themselves. That's why. And now I know why the Emerald Tablets, said that knowing thyself is the number one law in the universe is knowing thyself. Because when you know yourself, you know other people, places, and things. You can't know anything. I mean anything in this universe. You can't know nothing unless you know yourself. If you don't know yourself, you always gonna be lost. You always gonna be confused. You always gonna be led in wrong directions and stuff like this because you don't know yourself. You don't know who you are. You don't know where you're going. But anyway, yeah, Americans doing it to other Americans. That's exactly what I see. Nobody's doing this to us. It's people doing it to other people, just like when the whole scandemic started. I heard reports of neighbors calling 911 saying their neighbor was coughing without a mask. I mean, guys, it's already been proven what we're dealing with here, and it's scary. It's very upsetting. And this is why I always say money can't save us. And I'm going to leave this link. And I hope to God that this thing is over soon, which I know it will be. Get your people up out of here. We don't belong here. Anyway, I'll leave the link. Talk to y'all later. Peace.